Today we are on lesson 6, which is adding 3-digit numbers. We've been working on regrouping tens and regrouping hundreds, and so today we're going to kind of put it all together and do both of those at the same time. Our essential question is still, how can I add 3-digit numbers? And here's our problem of the day. How are 356 and 635 the same? How are they different? So let's write these numbers up and down next to each other just to help us with our place value, because that's how they differ. So notice that both numbers have a 3, both numbers have a 5, and both numbers have a 6. So how are they the same? They all have the same digits. We can't say they have the same numbers because they don't, right? 5 ones is a different number than 5 tens. Not the same number, but 5 and 5 are the same digit. They just aren't the same number. So that leads me to, how are they different? The digits are in different place values. So we've got hundreds, tens, and ones. In the first number, we have 6 ones. In the second number, we have 5 ones. In the first number, we have 5 tens. In the second number, we have 3 tens. And in the first number, we have 3 hundreds. In the second number, we have 6 hundreds. So even though the digits are all the same, they're very different numbers. All right, we're going to practice some of what we've been doing the past couple of lessons. I'm going to do the first 2, and then I'd like you to try the second 2, so follow along with me. 6 plus 0 is 6, 9 plus 2, 9, 10, 11. So that's 11 tens, so I'm going to put 1 10 down here and regroup 10 tens as 100 over in the hundreds column. Then I can add 1 plus 3 plus 4, 1 plus 3 plus 5, which is 9. So 916. Let's look over at number 2. Notice I only had to regroup in the hundreds place. Number 2, 6 plus 3 equals 9, 8 plus 1 equals 9, 1 plus 6 equals 7. No regrouping necessary because all of these are 9 or less. We didn't have any over 10. All right, so I want you to pause the video, work out number 3 and number 4 on your whiteboard. Push play when you're ready to check and see how you did. All right, let's see how you did. 7 plus 2 is 9. 5 plus 5 is 10. So 10 has 0, and we need to regroup 1. 4 plus 1 plus 2 is 7. Did you get it? 5 plus 2 is 7. 6 plus 6 equals 12 plus 1 more is 13. Regroup 10 tens as 100. 6, 7, 8. 837. Okay, again, I'd like you to pause. And you're going to solve this problem, and you may push play when you're ready to check. It says Paloma has 273 pennies in her piggy bank. Carl has 391 pennies. How many pennies do they have in all? Please write this out to the side. I really want you to do this so that you can be practicing your skills, and you can check your own answers to see how you did. All right, so the answer is 664. If we line up these two numbers vertically, which is always what I recommend, we can easily see we have 3 plus 1 is 4, 9 plus 7 is 16, regroup 10, 1, 2, and 3 is 6, so 664. The biggest issue that you may have had is regrouping in the wrong spot. Remember that since this is more than 10, we've got to regroup next door, the one right next door. All right, use objects to regroup to solve 486 plus 253. Whew. Use objects to regroup to solve 486 plus 253. All right, so let's see, 400. Probably gonna need more more space. Let's scoochie these over. 80. Six plus 250. 3. Okay, so let's start in our ones. I'm going to write this out to the side too so that we can see with the objects what this is going to look like with our numbers in more of a standard form. So starting with the ones, we're going to add 6 ones plus 3 ones, 6, 7, 8, 9, less than 10, so I don't need to regroup. Now we're going to add up our tens. We have 8 tens plus 5 tens, so that equals 13 tens. So we've got to regroup because we can't put 13 down at the bottom there. So we have 8, 9, and 10, and then I can group these together. So I have 10 tens, but I can make them into 100 flat. Voila. I'm gonna put this up over the top so that we can, so that we can see that it's a new one. So there's the 400 we had, the 200 we had, and the one that we regrouped. So that was 13, so now there's 3 tens left right here, so that's what goes down here. We regrouped this 10 tens as 100 over into the hundreds place. So now we're going to add 1 plus 4 plus 2, which is, I'm going to change that into 4 plus 3. 3 plus 3 is 6 plus 1 more is 7. So 739. All right, use base 10 blocks to model the addition problem shown. Find the sum just like we did on the last one. I'm actually going to draw these because this page is a little smaller. So 500 50 4 plus 300 70 6 equals what? Okay, and then let's write it out to the side as well. 554, just to keep track, plus 376. All right, so starting in my ones place, I have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So already I've got to regroup because I have 10 or more ones, I have to make a new 10. So I'm going to take these and change them into a 10, which is going to go up here. And when I do that, I'm left with 0 ones, right? They're all being moved over to that 10. I don't have any left over. So that means I'm also going to have a 0 in the ones place down here. Now I've regrouped my 10 over the top just like I did with my equation. So now I have 1 plus 5 plus 7, which is 6 plus 7. 6 plus 6 is 12, plus 1 more is 13, so I know I'm going to have too many for that. So I can do 7, and then 3 of these, 8, 9, and 10. And I can take those 10 tens, and I'm going to move them over here as 100 flat. So again, move it over as 100 in the equation as well. So now I can get rid of this because I've regrouped them. And let's see how many I'm left with. Okay, I have 1, 2 left from before. 1, 2 left from before, plus this one that I regrouped. So that is 3 tens left, plus the 10 tens that I regrouped as 100, and now I'm ready to add my hundreds. 1 plus 5 plus 3. I'm going to make that 4 plus 5, which is near doubles. 4 plus 4 is 8, plus 1 more is 9. So 930, which is what I have here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 20, 30. 930. All right, let's try another one. This time we're just going to write it without our blocks. We have 463, 198, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 is 1, 1, and 1, 10. 9 plus 1 is 10, plus 6 is 16. 16 tens would be 6 tens and 100 flat. 1 plus 4 plus 1, 4, 5, and 6. So this time I had to regroup 2 times. I had to regroup 10 ones as a 10 and 10 tens as 100. All right, so you're going to need your Math in My World page on 383. You're also going to need your pencil and, if you'd like, your base 10 blocks as well. Pause until you're ready, and then you may push play. So our directions say model using base 10 blocks. On Friday, 347 people went to the movies. On Saturday, 485 people went to the movies. How many people went to the movies on these 2 days in all? Write your number sentence. So 347 on Friday, 485 on Saturday. So we're looking for how many people in all. So with my base 10 blocks, this looks like 100, 200, 300, 100, 200. Actually, let's move these up. 300, 400, and then 4 tens, 8 tens, and 7 ones, and 5 ones. If you don't have enough hundreds, you can always just draw them too. Okay, so starting in my ones place, we've got 5 ones plus 7 ones. Seven plus 5 equals 12. So I'm going to regroup. Let's see. This is 7, 8, 9, and 10. I'm going to regroup these as a 10 and move it up here. Okay, so that leaves me with 2 ones to record there. And I have to regroup that 1 10 that I did up here. And now I have 1 plus 4 plus 8. 8 plus 4 is 12, plus 1 more is 13. So once again, I'm going to have to regroup. So 8, 9, and 10. We're going to make these 10 tens into 100 flat. So that leaves me with 3 tens and a regrouped 100. So now for my hundreds, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So how many people? 832. Go ahead and write that in on page 383. And then turn to 384 so we can do our guided practice together. We're going to find 582 plus 268 using these steps. Step 1 is to add the ones. Remember, we always have to start in the ones place so that we know that if we have to regroup, we can include that in our next total. Then we're going to add the tens and regroup if needed, and then add the hundreds. So for this one, we have 2 plus 8, which is a 10 pair, so 0 ones and 1 10. 1 plus 8 plus 6, which is 15. Regroup again. 1 plus 5 plus 2 equals 8, so 850. Let's try a couple more. 7 plus 4, put 7 in your heart. 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 1, and 1, 10. Regroup that bad boy. 5 plus 5 is 10. Plus another is 11. And I can make a doubles fact here. 3 plus 1 is 4. 4 plus 4 is 8. 9 plus 1 is 10. Again, I'm going to regroup 1 10. 0 ones down here. 6 plus 6 is 12. Plus 1 more is 13. Again, regroup 10 tens as 100. 1 plus 2 is 3. There's nothing here, so we don't need to worry about adding anything else in. All right, let's try a couple more. Fill these in with me so that you have that practice before you do this independently. So 8 plus 9, 8 plus 8 is 16, plus 1 more is 17. So I'm going to draw that in. 9 plus 1 is 10, plus 1 more is 11. So that's 110 and 100 flat. And then 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 3. 3 plus 7 is 10. Again. 8 plus 2 is 10. So since this was 10, I've got to do it over to the tens. Don't make the mistake of putting it all the way over here in your hundreds until we regroup down here. 8, 9, 10, 11. Now we're going to regroup one set of 100 over here. 5 plus 2 plus 1 is 8. Okay, so now it's your turn. You're going to complete page 385 and 386 and post pictures when you are